Yo, what up, all? It's Mick. So today I was playing some Street Fighter as usual. It's a Sunday, practicing for Evo, and I've basically confirmed a feeling of mine as far as how to get better at it. So at Street Fighter, of course, and any game in general. And so I figured I'd come on and I guess make my second gamer theory video. I don't know if it's my second or third or whatever's, but it's for me, it's number 2, as far as I can tell. And I'm not going to be eating spaghetti this time while I talk. I'm going to be drinking my McDonald's drink, which is amazing. $1 for a large. I mean, like, I was searching all over the mall. It was like $1, $2 it was like $2 for a large, you know? And I'm like, F that, dude. I can, go to McDonald's and get it for $1. So I went there and it feels good, you know? I had to go a little further than expected, but it was definitely worth it for the cheapest drink of my life. So anyways, back on topic, the idea of definites is what I'm going to be talking about today. And I had posted this on a friend's Facebook page. His name is Jeff, and back in Hawaii we played Smash Bros together back in the day. But he's into Street Fighter as well. We play a little bit online. But I was telling him, one thing that I'm starting to realize that helps to make a better player is learning the definites of the game. And I don't mean like frame data. I mean, while that's useful, and it might and don't say that Mick said not to learn it, but I'm looking more, I guess, for in-game, you know, definites. And what I'd like to, I guess, talk about today is how you use these definites for improving your gameplay. So what do I mean when I'm talking about a definite? Well, when I'm talking about definites, I mean things that you can basically rely on in a game, given certain circumstances. In the last 2 videos I posted up on YouTube, I talked about, I guess, my triple mid punches into dash, or like how the triple mid punches are used to get counter hits if the opponent tries to jump away or attack or do anything from a crouching, position. And then also how you could do the 2 mid punches into a EX Karakusa and basically guarantee a grab if the guy jabs or doesn't do anything. And so, basically, I had specified that in this situation, the situation where the guy is crouching and jabbing, or as I put it, crouching and option select grabbing, with that punch and kick at the same time, these things work, and they will work in game. And if you want to look at it like statistically, the results will range from nothing, where you take no damage, your opponent takes no damage, to you like dealing damage and your opponent taking damage. And it really goes from like the midpoint to as good as it can for you in that specific situation. And same with the EX Karakusa. In that specific situation where the guy is just crouch, jabbing in the crouch position and not jumping away, that EX Karakusa will be able to grab them. And that's what I mean when I say a definite. Like in this situation, this is definitely going to work. And so as I said, I've been focusing on a little bit more, trying to figure out, what in the game is a definite for Makoto in this case, because I'm training her for Evo, of course. And I've been trying a lot of things that I've almost had to go almost back to basics on it, like, to figure this out, like what will work. And I've discovered a lot of things, a lot of things that really put the game in perspective as far as where my opponent should be afraid of me and where I'm not as, devastating as I thought I was. So, for instance, just recently, I haven't put a video out on this. I was thinking about it, but it's kind of a Makoto-specific thing again, and I figure somebody else could, like, fool around with it later, is the mid-punch to overhead, that little karate chop thing she does. It's a weird move, because, like, for the most part, it doesn't combo from anything, unless you use an EX overhead. But it does, hit them if they're crouching. And so I thought, all right, let's look at this move. And what I discovered is, if you hit a person with the mid punch, let's say you do a crossover and it hits them, if you hit them with the mid punch, then you can go into that overhead, and it won't combo, but if they jab or do anything aside from standing up, they'll get hit. In which case, depending on the overhead you used, you might even be able to link it. For instance, I believe you can link the mid overhead into another mid punch dash punch if you want to. I don't know. I mean, I do know because I looked at it, and for the most part, it did seem that way. And that's really cool. But because of that, I know that anytime I hit a person with that overhead or with that mid punch, I have the option of doing an overhead if I predict that they're going to be crouching. They can't attack me basically, and I know that for sure. So I'm basically almost like invincible. The only things that can really harm that, I guess, that setup is if a person jumps or if a person uppercuts. And in reality, when you think about that, nobody's going to be in the uppercut position. If you're playing the game correctly, no one's going to be ready to uppercut the moment a mid punch comes out. It's too fast. It's almost like the situation in which you can dash in to get a mid punch is almost too random for a person to be ready with an uppercut, unless they're expecting it, in which case you're probably doing it all wrong from the beginning. So, and then I said, okay, in what cases then can I, change it up so that I'm not I'm not constantly using this mix-up. And I realized, okay, this goes back to the triple mid punches. If I get the first mid punch and the guy tries to jump away, then I just throw another mid punch again, and it will automatically set him down for a combo into a dash punch or whatever. So what I guess, I'm going into a lot of specifics with Makoto, but the main thing I guess you should take away from this is that when it comes down to learning a game, I think a lot of people tend to we tend to be too anxious to play the game. I want to play the game. Let's go play the game. But in reality, if you want to be good, if you want to take it to that next level in which you understand the game better than the next guy, you need to understand what is for sure about the game. And if you understand that, you can base your whole game around these certain for sureties. If I get that mid punch, what comes next, And I'm sure that, and as I said, I'm speaking from Makoto's sense. I haven't played anybody for forever else. But it basically, I'm sure, comes down to the exact same thing for the other characters. And, it's important because that's how you get better at a game, in my opinion. If you continue to learn what is for sure about a game, you will continue to improve your ability to take advantage of the situations you're in correctly, and not just getting that random uppercut, but doing the correct move because in that situation it's the best thing to do. So anyways, that's my little vid today. I'm kind of just talking on my ass, so I don't actually know if any of that makes sense or whatever. But if you got any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below. Practice up, because Evo's in 2 more months, and we all got to be making them scrubs look like noobs, and nobody wants to get perfected, so, you got to make sure that when you face me, you actually know what to do. Alright, well, I'll catch y'all later. Peace.